Hello, guys, and welcome back to that Cov pod. Unfortunately, Coventry lost 3-2 at Birmingham today, and a very cold James Darlison was there. So I'll come to you first, Jig. Oh, just a disappointing loss, really, continuing this bad run of form, right?
Yeah, it was just about thawed out now. It was pretty cold on the terraces. But yeah, I don't know. I was on the bus, on the supporters bus on the way there, and I was chatting to a few of the guys on that bus. Shout out to a chap called Wayne Vaughan. He had a good chat with me on the bus. But he was saying, this is the 11 we've wanted for a while. This is the back four that we've wanted for a while. And I thought, yeah, you're right. Like, everyone's been calling for it. De Silva was back. You got Thomas and Kitchen back in there. Van Eyck out right back again. And then you've got that five in the middle that I think all of us would have picked with what was available. And then you've got Sims up top, who I think, again, most of us would have picked with how Haji Wright's been playing. So I don't think we could have gone with a stronger 11 out to start with. And yeah, straight from kickoff though. I mean, Rushworth's kicking again has got to be questioned a little bit. He blasted one straight at their player that's bounced off him. He looked a bit dodgy with it at his feet, Rushworth, today, I thought, especially in the first half. And then that goal to start with. Why is MVE going over that early on in the game to take throw-ins from that side of the pitch? Just doesn't make any sense to me. And then the ball gets sprayed over, breaks down his side. A good pass from, I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was their left back or not, down the wing. And who's the lad? Who was it? Wagner. And they've got another lad, haven't they? The kind of lad who was at Sunderland. He played well. I think he set two of them up.
Oh, Patrick Roberts, yeah.
Patrick, yeah. Yeah, he done well as well. It was a great ball in, but there was no one there. There was no one covering at right back. He's gone over to take the throw in. No one stepped in for him. The ball's broke down that wing. Cross has come over. De Silva's miles away from that Dushk. I'm getting all these names wrong. And it's a great finish. And you can't knock the play for their goal. It was a good goal, but we've just weren't switched on at all at the back from the start. Then we go straight up the other end. Lovely finish by Eccles. He finds himself. Mason Clark done really well. Out-muscled his man. I thought he had a great game again, Mason Clark. I think he's about the only one that can take a good bit of credit from the game today. I know a couple of us put okay shifts in, but Mason Clark, again, for me, I'm going to get it out early, would be my man of the match if I had to pick one today. He done well. Squared it to Eccles. Eccles found himself in a load of space, and that was a lovely finish. Then you're back in the game. And you think, there we go. That's what we needed, that little boost. And then, again, just this simple... Go on. Yeah, I'm just going to run through this.
All the goals, we should probably... I think we should talk about Milan first, John, because his drop-off in form has been staggering. I think for that first goal, by the way, he had kind of got himself back into position from the throw, and he wasn't up the pitch completely. But then he just follows the guy into midfield. He sprints into midfield, leaves a massive gap. Sakamoto is trying to cover him. Thomas is not sure whether to go across. The ball comes over. De Silva's too high again. Our fullbacks being too high and Grimes having to cover is a massive issue. And then it leaves the midfield open as well. And it's been seen time and time again over the last couple of months. And we're still not sorting it. But Milan, one of his worst games for me, I saw from him today. John, what do you make of him?
Probably busy putting his gloves back on, wasn't he?
Having them in his mouth.
Grown adult wearing gloves, taking them on and off to take throw-ins. It's ridiculous. He is fell off a cliff for me. I know we joked about calling him Lurpak because wingers have had him on toast the last few weeks. He's offering nothing going forward. He's
throws doing my head in now. Absolutely,
they're doing nothing. He's kind of at fault. Certainly on the second. I mean, that's just abysmal defending for me. Really, really poor. The basics is you follow the man. You just let him go. So he just ghosts in, easily onside, just goes round Rushworth, no drama. Kitch, I'm a bit confused. Left-footed player. You try and clear it with your left. But Milan's...
It was Thomas on the line.
Was it Thomas?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't understand why he didn't go his left, but Milan's fall off is quite dramatic. I know he's been ill and stuff, but it's classic, isn't it? You've got Kane Kesler-Hayden in the stands with the fans. This is a bit where you need to bring him in now and give Milan a rest because he needs one. Because for me, he's quite shot to pieces. thought the defence was shocking today. I just felt like every time they squeezed us a little bit at the back or countered, they were going to hurt us. You know, we talk about stats and percentages in these games, and I mean the stats were ridiculous in favour of us, but they don't mean anything. If you can't do the basics at the back, you're going to get punished, and we just got pulled apart too easily. It was embarrassing. I think the third goal, especially Rushworth, for me, Kitch gets ghosted in. He gets caught napping.
Not tracking runners again, like you said. There's a couple of times.
There was two phases there. The first phase is a header, clear the lines, didn't quite clear it. Comes back in, gets caught napping, bang. You expect your keepers to do better there. But bags and bags and bags of possession. The XG, I hate all that stuff, but the XG was in our favour. You saw from both goals. I would have been disappointed if Rush would have conceded both of those goals looking back. Josh's is quite far out. It is not a hammer strike. It's a decent finish. I'd fancy Rushworth to save that. The second one, Sims, slight deflection. It's not in the corner. So on that merit, why have we not tested the keeper more? The only person who really come out with any merit for me today was Grimes, who constantly tried to get the ball moving, constantly on the ball, making things happen. But Mason Clark was the only out ball constantly. The ball stuck to him. I thought he was excellent, to be fair. He looked like a constant danger and a threat, trying to create something. I've got a problem with Radoni. I know he got an assist, but I'm watching him and I'm like, you're not giving me enough. You're not breaking play up. You're not carrying the ball. You're not beating a man. There's no assists, no goals, nothing. He got the assist in the end, but I need more out of him. You know, Eccles was more of a standout player today. You know, someone who's a consistent 7 out of 10. We're in a problem period now. It's not complete doom and gloom because you look at the points and the numbers, but this has been going on long enough now, and it highlights some problems. And it highlights the the Patrick Bamford thing, where Frank wanted him and we didn't give it him. And at the time, everyone was like, well, Frank knew he needed something. And he's proven right now. It's proven a costly mistake not getting him. You know, Frank looks like a bit of a broken, annoyed figure, but I would lean on the annoyed with a heavier term if I could on here. He needs backing now. He's getting fed up. And you've got to look at teams like West Ham getting smashed at Wolves. Nuno will be struggling there at the minute. They might look at Frank. If Frank don't get backed in this window, Frank's going to be in a problem place because he's done tremendous amount of work in the year to repair his reputation as a manager. But he could undo this very quickly if we don't back him. And the time now is for Doug to start backing him, spending money, stop sending the emails, and let's get these loan players in. Write the FA Cup game off. Put your second tier out. But I'll tell you now, in that game, you put Adji Wright and Sims up front because they need to get better. Sims I'll let go today, but Wright was a disgrace. Again, 25 minutes, didn't lay a glove on anyone. Didn't do anything. So I'm bored of him now. Ship him out if he's got to go. I'm fed up with it. Run a second team in Stoke. Get these signings sorted sharpish or loans and get them bedded into this squad quickly. Take them away for a week to the sun. Do something, change it, because they are rattled and we need to stop the rot now.
It's 4 games in 8 days. This is the last of the 4 games in the 8 days. It has been a bit of a tricky run for us. Lead at the top of the table has shrunk massively. Ipswich's game postponed today. Middlesbrough won 4-0. But defensively, coming back to the game, just all over the show. You named that back 4 that we all wanted to see start today. That was it. And all of them were really, really poor. Every single one of them. And that's before, by the way, we even get on to Bobby Thomas. What on earth was he doing at full time? Getting himself sent off, suspended for 3 games. Brilliant.
Yeah. It looked like it was the first time they played together. There didn't seem to be much communication between them. If you watch that, is it the second goal, the ball that's played right through the middle? Thomas kind of steps out and no other defender steps out. So he's just playing the lads just through the one where he goes round Rushworth one-on-one.
Yeah, when Milan doesn't chase him back, that was the main issue.
So
he makes the mistake and then he just stops on the edge of the box. He's quick enough to try and get back.
Yeah, but if you watch it again, he does that, and Thomas steps out, and it's just a gaping hole right in the middle, and that lad's just drifted into that centre pocket, picked it up, easiest goal he's going to score, and in play as well. Watching it, I did think that Rushworth went down a bit too quick, but I know it's difficult in a one-on-one situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him for that one.
No, I'm not blaming him for that. No,
you've got you as a centre half. You're not picking anyone up. You know behind you there's a picture of a winger and your fullback. If that winger goes into that space and you're blind to it, it's behind you. The fullback has to follow him. It's a basic thing, unless you're playing an offside.
He should have followed him. He should have followed him, but Bobby's just gone ahead of him as well.
But
he stepped up.
Kumas is offside, by the way, if Milan steps up with Bobby.
I agree.
Kumas would have been offside.
But
Milan is the reason he was on.
Yeah, watch that back, and you'll see what I mean. But
no, I know what you mean. I don't look at that. Weren't my main issue with Bob today. My main issue was the passing again. You know, the almost arrogance at full time where he's patting everyone, and you know.
No, he was frustrated. He was wound up. He shouldn't be losing his head like that. He'll know that as well.
Fair. But it's a 3-game ban. What's the use of that for us? What are you doing? There's a complacency. There's a big time attitude with 1 or 2 at the minute. It's like you've done loads of hard work. We're all proud of you. Have done an incredible job. You are throwing it away. Wobble your heads. I've had how many hours now? 5 hours to calm down after that. I'm bored of it. I can see frustration in Frank. He must be like literally pulling his hair out with it.
Yeah, because that game was there. That game was so winnable. So winnable. 3 stupid goals to concede.
4
shots on target, 25% possession. But it's no good as having this possession. We had so many free kicks in dangerous areas, so many corners, so many long throw-ins. You're knocking the door of a house where you know no one's in and running right and not answering. It's just like it's mental. You're just doing the same thing over and over again.
I think
mix it up.
Going forward, attacking wise, it wasn't a bad display. And we talk about chances created and stuff. It wasn't an appalling display. It was a game of football we should have won and we could have won and we had the better of. And I think at 2-2 we should have gone on and won the game. But again, it's defensive mistakes immediately after equalising. There's cost us. Talking about free kicks and set pieces, because this is a question someone asked as well. Brodoni, we scored free kick after corner, after set piece, when he was taking them, both sides, swinging them in. Grimes isn't as good a free kick taker as Jack Rodoni. And Rodoni's not offering the aerial threat, because now, I don't know if it's an issue with his shoulder and he's not wanting the physical challenge or he's been told to stay on the edge. But he's not in the box for corners either. He stands on the edge.
Grimes floats him in a bit more. Yeah.
Grimes' corners and free kicks aren't as good. He's a wonderful footballer.
The corners, sorry. The corners where we cause problems, Kitchen's header, where the keeper, it was a good chance that was. It's kind of straight at the keeper. They're whipping them in. They're not floating them out. You know, like I'd have a right-footed corner taker on the left-hand side and a left on the right to whip them in on the keeper.
Missing Torp,
yeah. But it's going to happen. We're going to miss players here and there. I don't think that midfield is much different with and without Torpin. It's much of a muchness having Eccles can do a job in there, Torp can do a job in there. Yes, Torp's probably your first pick over him.
Set pieces, Torp's decent, isn't he? I think that's the frustration, isn't it? Is that we had a lot going for us today, and there were moments in the game where we were clearly the better team.
We controlled the game by and large. Yeah. Look at the bench. There's nothing on. There's no game changer on the bench, right? And I include him in that. £100 million.
Like, you're saying that?
I see it everywhere. I'm like, and there's some COF fans are like, yeah, I'd take 40 million. 40 million. I'd take £10 million for it. Like, he is absolutely got no interest whatsoever. Like, I've just so bored of him. I just thought, come on, mate, this is your time now. And this is where you turn up and you can get yourself off the hook a little bit here. Nothing. And then there's nothing else past that on the bench. Andrews comes on, gets kind of 10 minutes, whatever. There's no one else out there.
It was weird, wasn't it? He was very deep. I know he came on for Josh, but I just thought wanted to see him in more of a number 10 role, didn't I?
No, look, what we got SA, there's definitely something happening there. There's a conversation. What we got else, Raksaki, There's rumours
One
there
or
that,
the other, apparently.
mate, one or the other.
Hmm.
We need 3 or 4, mate. It's like, it's all well and good all saying this now, but the time now is for serious leadership from the top down, and we need players through the door. They need to have time to bed in, because in 2 weeks we've got that breed up the road. You know what I mean? And that you lose that, then we are in trouble, because
Yeah,
we're all in our form at the minute is like Portsmouth or something. It is not good, and we've been flagging it. That 11 today is probably your strongest 11. They looked out of possession defensively, horrendous. They look like a relegation side defensively today.
I think it's what I'll come back to my first point, Jig, is that there's so much space in the middle. In that number 10 area for the opposition, it feels like Grimes is not often there holding the keys because he's covering for Milan or he's covering for Jada Silva in the fullback positions. It just has us wide open. Rodoni's too far forward, not coming back to help enough. Wingers are really far forward. We're such an attacking team, but now we're an attacking team that's not scoring enough goals. So we're just a bad defensive team. And I don't know how you solve it, really.
Yeah, I think their opposite number to Grimes was Tommy Doyle.
Mm-hmm. Back in from suspension, by the way.
Back in for suspension. I can see why he gets suspended as well, because he put some good, tough challenges in. He's always in the mix. He's always involved, and I thought he was covering their back line pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's the job of Matty Grimes. I don't see him throwing big challenges in, and I see him sitting deeper than our centre halves again today. And I know I say it every week, and I'm bored. I bore myself saying it. We're 3-2 down. We get God knows how long stoppage time added on. 9 minutes, was it 8, 9 minutes, something like that? And he's still sitting deeper than everyone else. Make an impact. Do something further up the pitch. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I
think it does come down a bit to that number 10 position as well, because Birmingham, this is a good example actually, because we played Birmingham with Jay Stansfield, number 10. He is what I would put in the Callum O'Hare mould of number 10s, where his end product sometimes isn't the best, although Callum's done very well this season. Proper energetic, proper pressing, harries defenders all the time, just helps the defence out. How many times did we go long kind of aimlessly today? Jay Stansfield was really helping them out, and I just don't think Rodoni has that same sort of energy right now in terms of helping us out defensively. I think we've got a lot of forward-thinking players who are really good attacking, and when everything's going well, it looks lovely. Unfortunately, when it's not going well, we look so open, and it's really concerning. I don't really know. Yeah, I said to Jig, I don't know where we go from here, John. But is it a change of system? What would you suggest for Frank to be looking at now, apart from new additions? Because even when we're talking about new additions, I don't think many people are talking about defensive additions.
It's just new additions for me. I think you've got enough possession, but it's in them 10-8 pocket areas, the forwards making the ball stick and turning sides around. How many times did we see anyone take it on the half turn 30-40 yards out today and turn them round?
Apart from Mason Clark a few times. I thought Mason Clark was good.
He's out wide left. I'm talking them central areas.
Yeah.
I thought Mason Clark was excellent today, to be fair, in a difficult situation. I thought he looked strong. The ball stuck to him, and he stripped his fullback a few times. He got into good positions. We should probably talk about potential penalty with him. I thought he was ace. I've got no problem with him, but there's too many other luxuries there that don't do enough out of possession to warrant not doing anything in an attacking sense.
Yeah, I actually thought Sims' all-round game was fairly decent in terms of holding the ball up today. I know he divides fans.
He did all right.
The goal, I thought he'd taken too long to shoot, but he got the shot off and found a goal. And that's 2 in 2 for him since he's been back in the team. He's the number one striker right now, and Hadji's got to start scoring goals to get him out of the team, Jig. What did you make of Sims and Mason Clark, and then maybe the penalty shout as well?
I think them two, probably Mason Clark, best player in the team for us. There was my brother was in the corporate with one of his supplies, Birmingham fans, sitting there as a quiet cough fan. And he said that all of them were going on about Mason Clark and how good he was and how much of a threat he was and how they couldn't handle him. And yeah, just on about him the whole game. And I thought that's exactly what we've all seen as well. We all saw that as well. Sims, yes,
Worth
I thought
5
he'd
million
done
quid
well.
now? 6 million?
Oh, mate, I've told you his value's increased. Sims, I thought he'd done well. I thought he was winning his aerial battles. I thought he was doing, working well. I seen him pulling off and running down the channel.
His goal then, I think, in the
Oh, yeah.
We heard that. We heard it.
Yeah, I thought he even peeled off and ran down the channels a couple of times, which has been my gripe the last couple of weeks when the fullbacks get it in them positions and they're looking to clip lines and there's no one there. And yeah, he was shuffling over and getting in them positions. I thought he did okay.
I'm glad he didn't get taken off when we needed a goal. And I know we didn't have much on the bench. I know that changed, putting Rodoni out right.
My only frustration with him is, like I said, with all these crosses and all these free kicks in dangerous areas, because Sakamoto was winning fouls second half, he was getting kicked everywhere. Mason Clark was winning fouls, he was getting kicked everywhere. We were getting free kicks in good positions. There were some good crosses put in. And there's not one of them two centre forwards is in that 6-yard box. And their centre halves every time were just clearing it, bang, clearing it, bang, clearing it, bang. And I thought, as a striker, you've got to be in that area. That's where you cause problems. You get your goals, you get a deflection, something will happen for you.
You've got to get across the centre halves.
Yeah, but they're not there. No one's there.
No one's starting across the front.
On the Sky commentary, Kitchen got a bit hammered for his missing the header. And I think he had a very poor game today defensively. But I don't think he did badly with that header. I think he got a good contact on it. And unfortunately, I went towards Beadle in goal and just hit him and he kept it out. But I actually think he got a decent head on that. I think defensively he was all over the place and caught out for a couple of the goals. I think that the chance I've just thought of is the one where Sims blasted it over. That was from a set piece, wasn't it? He was claiming for a corner in that second half in front of the Cov fans. That's the only time I can really remember the set piece causing issues, as you just referenced there, Jig.
He did have a header that he headed miles over as well.
And the one in the first half where he's burst down the right channel, he's pushed the defender over, he's won the ball, he's in a wonderful position to just cut it back to Rodoni, who's pretty free. Yeah. He just plays the wrong pass. He just plays the wrong pass trying to find Mason Clark. He'd done really well there apart from the end product. I think that's, again, the frustration with Sims. But talking of end product, 2 goals in 2 games, I think I've been reasonably impressed with him in a team of poorish performances, especially defensively. John, penalty on EMC. I think it probably was, in terms of he was all over him at Water. And
I agree. I think in real time I weren't sure, and that's the problem, isn't it? If it's VAR, I think it's being given. Disappointing that. And I think he deserved a penalty. A few times he had free kicks given against him as well, where I was like, well, he actually hasn't done anything. He just harried well. Yeah, I can't fault him today, to be fair. I think he looked top tier for me.
That's the last few games that we've had some penalties where you'd say it's a stone wall. Ipswich, there was a couple stone wallers. We didn't get them today. It was right by us. That lad was all over him, pulling his shirt back, dragging him down. You think, well, it has to be a pen. The ref's in a good position. Linesman, nothing. Yet the linesman straight away gets his flag up for when Bobby Thomas has his little fracas at the end. You think, I don't know.
Well, he had 2 nibbles. He had 2 nibbles though, Bob. That was a problem. Probably got away with the first one.
The little kick out.
Yeah, and then again afterwards, and you're like, mate, all eyes are on you when you're doing that. Actually, just waiting. It's like, oh no, he's just frustrated. It's not good enough, mate.
No, I was so annoyed at that. I think the ramifications of losing a game at Birmingham is frustrating enough to cost us then moving forward when we're trying to have a reset. We've been like, right, we've got through this tricky festive period. FA Cup game going up. Look, we're not bothered if we win or lose, rotate, do whatever we need to do. Leicester then, Bobby's missed the next 3 games.
And we've been wanting him to come back. We've been waiting for him to come back. We've wanted that kind of 11 that got us on that run of 10 wins in 11. We're just about there, getting everyone back, and then he goes and does that. Yeah, frustrating.
It's not good enough.
So, do you know what else annoys me about players getting sent off? Why are fans clapping him? Why is he clapping the fans? He ran off the pitch, clapping the fans. Why is he clapping the fans and Cov fans clapping him? Were they clapping him, Duke?
I didn't see anyone clapping him, no.
All right, thank you. All right, because I was getting wound up. He was clapping the Cov fans as he ran off. And it's my one massive pet peeve. If you get sent off, you don't expect a round of applause.
No, I
Does it?
think that was a Saki clap towards the Birmingham fans because that
Was
it's
it?
only half behind the goal is Cov fans,
Yeah, I
and then
saw.
the half by the tunnel where you run down, that's Birmingham fans, and I
You
think they
don't
were
think it
giving
was
him
towards
some.
fault?
Yeah,
I'm not. I don't know. I don't
He
know.
almost marched into the ref as well, though, didn't he?
It's another side in turmoil though that we've gone to. Charlton, the same thing, and we got turned out. We got turned over today, and then Charlton, we rested a load of players to go to Blues, which ain't paid off. Or as much as Mason Clark looked good for the rest. Talk to me about Tats.
Done a little pirouette right at the start of the game, and I thought, oh, he's because he had that lad on toast at the CBS, their fullback last time, and I thought he'll have a good game
It
today.
weren't the same guy, Jake.
Oh, was it not? Damn it!
Wagner joined Birmingham
Last
yesterday
week. Oh, yesterday.
Oh, did he?
from the MLS, where he's been in the team of the season for the last 2 seasons, the last 3 or something.
It's not
They've
the
got
one from
him,
the X Factor, no?
and he was very good.
Yeah.
We need 2 back-to-back wins, sharpish, but there needs to be a complete mind reset and shift psychologically. And they've got a massive 2 weeks coming off. They've got to write the cup game off. You know, if Doug's focusing on that and I want the cup, mate, turn it in.
I don't think we need to focus on the cup, John, but I think the result of that, 5,000 Cov fans go in, I just think for the environment, us winning that game would be really, really important. Nothing to do with whether I want us to progress in the FA Cup. I don't care.
Yeah, and it's about managing minutes as well and keeping people up to speed and stuff. I hear you.
Yeah, get morale back up a bit.
You know the sentiment I'm saying there. It's like, you know, that Leicester game now is massive. Not just because it's Leicester. Who cares? You know, mind the gap, and we're going to win the league in October and stuff. We are in free fall at the minute. We are in a very, very bad patch, and we need to arrest what is going on. Sharpish.
Yeah.
But at the same time, any team in that league, any player in that league, any manager in that league would love to be in the position we're still in. So we've got to remember where we are still.
That sounds Jig, but
we've had our blip. Well, hopefully we're having our blip.
Still in it. We've been talking about this for 9 games, mate. You know, we've not had a performance in a long, long time. We look shaky at the back. Apart
from 2 wins and 8, is it?
Against mates. We're miles off it. We're shipping goals left, right, and centre, which was sound when we were scoring goals for fun. We ain't. Yeah. Bags of possession, but like Karen Carney messaged me, just got off a plane, just seeing the score, but seeing the stats, and you know, you can have as many passes as you want. How many passes we have? 400-500 passes in the game. Have as many as you want, mate. If you're not creating clean chances, pass it around the back all game.
Yeah. 100% agree. By the way, Dior Angus, I'll come to listener questions in a minute, but he says, not a question, 4 games in 8 days is near on impossible with a squad of this size. Tighten up at the back, keep calm and stay positive. I think it does all come down to squad size in the end, isn't it? It's what we've been talking about since the window closed. We all went, oh, we need to see how we're getting on in January. We've made it to January, and I think some of the frustration is that there's been no incoming so far. And I know we're only 4 days in, but Birmingham managed to do it and started someone against us.
They spent a lot of money, Blues, but who cares? They've been poor. 1 point out of a possible 9 against, yes, probably the best side in the league, and 2 very, very poor sides is not good enough. Not at this period. We pointed this period out ages ago. And we pointed out at the start of the season that we were short. And here we are now going into another transfer window. We've got a bit of a break, but he has to bring them faces in the next 48, 72 hours and bed them in sharpish. Yeah. Dior knows he's played at the top level. You know, he knows, like, yeah, it is tough, 4 games. Everyone else seems to be handling it.
Yeah, I don't even want to look at the form table for the last few games, but I think I will in a minute. Jig, any final thoughts on Birmingham?
No, not really. I mean, we can't keep saying run a line under it, because we seem to be saying that after every few games now. Like, I think the FA Cup games come at a good time. Frank needs to get them in, regroup them. I don't know. We know the ability's there. We've got ourselves in this position. We've put ourselves on this pedestal. We've put ourselves top by God knows how many points at one point in time. We're still top, but they just need to have a good look around the squad, look at each other. They've got to want it themselves. I think loads of them will know today that they haven't performed to the top level that they can perform to. I think all the defence will probably think, yeah, we haven't had a good game there today.
Rushworth too.
Need a clean sheet, sharpish.
Yeah, well, yeah. But what would you do defence-wise?
Well, you ain't got a choice now, have you? I definitely
No.
would be bringing in the Wolf instead of Latty, though. You
Mm,
know,
yeah.
any pace and you're killed if you're playing Latty in a 2. So what they're going to do next? Switch to a 3-5 again?
I don't know. I'm not sure on that one. We'll discuss the team search for the Stoke game in a little while. By the way, form table, last 6 games, 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats, 8 points from 6. It's not great. It's not great. Puts us 12th, though, from last 6. So,
see, it's not that. It's not as bad. It's not that. It's more the case of the performances and who we're playing and not picking points up against. They're big misses.
It's no wins in 3, which makes it feel a lot worse. 1 point from 3 games is not great.
It's a good job, Borough. Apart from Borough today, it's a good job they fell off a cliff the last few weeks because it could be really bad.
It's a proper promotion race. This proper promotion race. We can't afford to keep letting them slip. I mean, I don't know Ipswich's game in hand. You can see it in one of 2 ways now. I'd rather they played and had the points on the board and we saw what they did, because now they've just got that game in hand on us, and we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But yeah, you're getting a bit nervous, Jake.
A little bit, to be honest. I wasn't, but now, now teams around us are starting to catch us, closing the gap quite quick. We just need to get some 3 points in the bag and do it quick. I mean, I had a look. Do you think, and it's a question for you too, do you think we're accommodating a half, not half fit, but a not fully fit Radoni?
I thought, and I know you disagree with me on this, John, I thought he was all right today. I thought he looked reasonably sharp. I thought he was better on the ball. I thought his touch and pass for the assist for the Sims goal was good. We've seen him hit far higher levels, but in terms of comparison to his recent performances, I thought he was incrementally better again.
I don't disagree with you. What I'm saying there is if I'm not getting the work and effort out of possession, then I need more out of you offensively. I need to see you start beating players. I need to see you getting in better pockets, turning sides around, creating more chances and getting shots off. I'm not seeing it.
No, because he was doing that previously. He was doing that end of last season or whenever he had his good spell where everyone was like, he's amazing, he's worth God knows how much. He was grabbing games by the scruff of the neck and he was beating men, he was creating, he was scoring, he was doing all of that. I see him having little pockets of spells now and then disappearing. He's not at it for the full 90.
I said it a couple of weeks ago, Jig. When was the last time you saw him win a header in the opposition box?
Look,
when was the last time you saw him get on the end of a cross?
Probably Oxford when he did his shoulder.
Yeah. Genuinely, he
probably
was
a bit nervous of it. Yeah.
And I think that's part of the reason we put Grimes on corners and free kicks to get him in the box, because he's so good in the air.
Do you know how many games he started in that run of 10 wins in 11?
One.
Wow. Do you know how many penalties we've had this season?
1.
Joint fewest in the division.
How am I crying out for BTA? Talk to me. How
long we got on him? Bring him back.
Yeah. Again, though, he's going to take ages to get up to speed. He's another one.
Yeah. Well. Oh, guys. Oh, we were on such a high, weren't we, after that winning run?
So bring me back up where we are. Just how many points ahead are we at the top?
How many points ahead are we at the top? We are 6 points ahead of Middlesbrough and 8 points ahead of Ipswich, who have a game in hand.
There you go.
Plenty of room. The thing is, we have this Cov thing, don't we? Every Cov fan, we all think we're going to balls it up, without doubt. We all have that mentality.
It's muscle memory. Just, especially as older lot, we've just seen it so many times.
But it's not guaranteed to happen.
Where did Jig say we were going to finish? 7th.
What was that question everyone kept asking us last year, John? Which hotel should we book for Wembley? Is that should we bring that question back?
Oh no, not playoffs. Anything but the playoffs.
Now, Frank is absolutely livid, and his relationship with King is going to get tested this next week. But I'll say this: there's no way he's going to let this lie. He can't afford to. His reputation is on the line.
King's put his message out to the fans about staying, about supporting. We've backed the team very heavily. Record season tickets, selling out home games, people staying after the games now, people using the fan parks. The fans are there. he needs to start backing Lampard now in this window.
Yeah, and we'll have to wait and see what happens in the window. Should we do some listener questions then? Thanks for sending them all in. We've had over 100 comments today, so we'll get through as many as we can. We had a great comment before saying, why haven't we signed anyone early, basically, Jig? We've known since the end of August, as I mentioned before, that we've been short of players. Why hasn't anyone come in yet? Do you think we should have already signed players?
Well, I mean, we've had this Mane lined up for God knows how long, that Swedish winger. Is that happening? Because I'm hearing now that there's another club interested that have offered him more money. I don't know if that's true or not. Is it a money thing? Are we not ones? I mean, I'm not saying it's the right or wrong thing to do. I don't like going out and chucking big money and big wages at players because you can see that sometimes it can let you down. It might be that we're an attractive package at the minute because of where we are in the Championship, so we might get a lot of interest for some players, but we might not be able to afford what they want to come to us. That's 100%. All I can think, and I think there'll be a lot of negotiating to come to an agreement between us and whoever's going to join us.
That was Kolsky with that question, by the way. I've just found it. I like this one from Dean Cooper. He says, "Will Doug be able to find out through technology that I turn the TV off before the final whistle?" It'll be on your back. It'll be like the TV license people knocking at your door. Come on, lads. A lot of negativity, as you would expect today. JD says, a lot asked about adding attacking depth to the squad, but do we need to look at defensive options now? Our best back four are looking shaky, and the drop-off after those guys is huge. John, do you think we need to add defensive additions? We have got the Wolf, remember, spent big money on him, and he's going to get some game time this month.
No, I think it's an offensive issue at the minute because we're not keeping the ball up at the top of the pitch enough. It just keeps coming back. Yeah, we look weak at the minute. Bobby's out, but we can't keep... the Wolf come with good pedigree. Played in the Premier League. We spent a lot of money on him. This is the point now where he has to come in and start playing. You've got to have a word with them fullbacks.
Yeah. There needs to be more defensive responsibility from them. We need to stop the throw-ins.
They have to bed in and get a clean sheet now. That is the mentality. The first things first is now we do not concede today. Then when the opportunity arises, then you go forward. All right, we're not going to get as forward as much, that's fine. But then that's where it has to stick up the top end of the pitch, or you have to have a 10 or somebody that can turn sides around. And we counter sides. We've got bags of possession, but we're not breaking sides down.
We had the clean sheet record, didn't we, earlier in the season?
Yeah, we've got it, yeah.
These are the same players. It just shows how big confidence is in this game. It's absolute madness, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, yes, you could say we need a new centre half or we need a new left back or something, but we went out and we got them. We've got a whole back four to cover the back four that we played today. We went out and we signed Brow, question mark over him still. We've still got Bidwell. We've got Latty, we've got the Wolf, and we've got Kessler Hayden.
And Perry.
You've got,
Perry at Stoke. I like Perry.
So I think we've got plenty of cover in defence. It's just whether that cover is going to be good enough to maintain where we are at the top of the league.
Yeah. James says this is basically the same group of players that didn't step up when things got difficult under Robbins. What makes you think there'll be any difference to turn things around during this run? Yeah, I see his point there, John, but that feels quite harsh given these players also did well in the FA Cup and got us to a semi-final and nearly beat Man United, etc., etc.
Yeah, a bit harsh. Pivotal 2 weeks though for Frank and the club. Pivotal because you when was last time you were in a position like this?
This is it, isn't it? If you have 10-15 million quid to spend, 100% this is where you roll the dice. You have to. You've been given a bonus points, a bonus run of, what was it, 10 wins out of 11 wins out of 12? We're still top of the league. We've still got a gap. Yeah, we might not win the league. I think Ipswich are more likely to win the league than we are right now. But that second place, that top two finish is well on. We've still got a decent gap. We just need to take advantage of it with a bit of investment.
And if we ain't got the dough, Doug, if you ain't got the dough, I'll tell you now, most Cov fans will be all right with you going, Sally had you right, to fund stuff. No one cares. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. You've really had enough of that, haven't you?
And that's the bottom line.
The last time we saw a had you right game, Sunderland, Hasn't scored in about 12 games. I'm getting no effort out of him. Technically, I don't think he's very good. It's all like posturing.
I think it's all hot air, though. I can't see any team coming in for him, especially for £12 million quid. So I think
I question the scouts that are looking at him if they are.
Yeah, I think it's a moot point, though, because I don't think there's going to be any interest in him, especially not this month.
No, maybe not. But what I'm saying, if there is, fund it. If you ain't got the dough, Doug, fund it. I don't care. But we need people through the door. We dropped the ball on Bamford. Sorry, you did.
Discovery J, Jiggy says, poor defending for 90 minutes, slow on the ball, created a few clear chances. But what has happened to the free-flowing football? Can it all be down to tiredness, surely?
This to me.
Yeah, go on, mate.
The free-flowing football, I think start of the season, you've had a nice pre-season. You haven't really had that many back-to-back fixtures and games. We're a good footballing team when everyone's fully fit, fully on it and full of energy. And I think that's how we started. I think it took us a couple of games to get up to speed. Match-wise, we drew with Hull. We had a draw away at Leicester. Can't remember the other ins and outs. And then we started that run with that same 11, game after game after game. Then you start picking up your injuries. Then you start having 3 or 4 games a week. Like we just had 4 in 8 days. The football doesn't come as easy. The pitches get a bit more knackered. I just think it's just natural for this time of year to go through these spells.
Good. That's very balanced of you. Very reasonable, very level-headed. I do think there's that point to be made, isn't it? We've lost another game of football. We've still had a brilliant season, and the bad run, the congested period of fixtures is now over. We now have 6 days till an FA Cup game that will be massively rotated. John, like you say, get them away on holiday, let them have a break, let them reset, and just go again. Go again for when we're back in the league. But I do think the FA Cup game is more important than potentially people think in terms of confidence.
Yeah, you don't want to go out there and just sacrifice it. You want to go out there and still have a good go. If you get the win, yeah, try something, see if it works. But don't go out there to throw it. You got to go out and try and win every game, no matter what game it is.
Going to have 5 days down in La Manga or Portugal somewhere, a bit warmer weather, a bit of training, reset, have some proper words with each other. You've done so much good work, hard work. Don't throw it away now with complacency. The levels are dropped across the pitch. It was always someone else will get us out of trouble. If he won't score, he'll score. No one's scoring.
Yeah, bang on. Lambros says, boys, where do I start? If you're Frank Lampard, what do you say to these players? Top of the league songs have to stop now. We aren't finishing top 2. No way. I don't think it's an impossibility we finish top 2, but I understand the frustration. What do you say to the players, John, if you're Frank?
I just said that. You just have an honest chat. I don't think they've had that time or that moment to have that chat. I know the captain and the assistant have hour-long chats after defeats, but it's time for a big sit-down, a group sit-down, bit of finger-pointing, get a bit of chaos going. Get people pumped up, get a few bodies through the door quickly, new faces, a bit of experience as well, maybe. Calm things down. You know, it needs a shake, it needs a reset, you know, and we go again. I thought overall we controlled the game today, but that's not enough.
Yeah, 100%. And this question's made me laugh because we do need to talk about this as well to cheer us all up a bit. James says, as a massive Stephen King fan, I was screaming Stephen King at Simon on the authors section of Time is Money. Check it out on ITVX if you haven't already. My question, are we worried that City are going to pull a Simon? Blistering start, bit of a wobble, and then finish 3rd?
Yeah. I think I messaged you that exact same thing, didn't I? You're doing a cov because you were flying on that quiz show. You were top of the league.
Give me the reviews because I thought it was all right. I thought I did all right watching it back, but it was a bad way to go out.
I think you were a good side, to be fair.
Yeah, you were good.
You had 2 back-to-back sections where there were just things you're not kind of accustomed to. And
the arrogance was coming through, wasn't it? At one point, I thought I've got this in the bag. I thought I was on a run of about 10 wins in 11.
Fall over on the way off the stage because you've had your pants pulled down.
Hey, the high five between the 2 women who got me out is a disgrace.
Yeah.
It's an absolute disgrace, right? Not having it. If you haven't seen my performance on Time is Money, go watch it. It's a good laugh for all involved. But as you couldn't expect, I crashed and burned and went out. Oh well. Oh, never mind. Stoke then, FA Cup away game, big away following. Team. Should we try and predict the team for this one? Jig, take it away. Who would you go with? Ben Wilson in goal, right? Give him some minutes.
Yeah, Wilson's going to be in goal. Is Kessler Hayden injured? How come he's in the crowd today? Yeah, he was in the crowd, but is that because he's injured?
Well, he just didn't fancy going on the bench. He would have been our second best attacking option to come on if he'd have been fit.
So is he not? Oh, okay. I'm just trying to figure out if he's available for next week or not. Sorry.
He must be available. He must be.
Yeah, give him a go.
Yeah, he's got to play instead of Milan.
Yeah. I'd start him. I'd potentially, if you're going to go, depending on your formation, if you're going to go with a back three and have Kessler Hayden as a wing back and Brow as a wing back, I'd maybe look at Wolf. Maybe keep Kitchen in there as a bit of seniority. Maybe try Perry.
I'd go Latty and Perry, I think, as my first two. I think, by the way, this game does count as part of Thomas's red card suspension, so I'm pretty sure he's unavailable for this one, and it counts. So we don't have many options, but I would go Latty, Perry, Brow as a 4, maybe potentially a 5 if we want to get Wolf some minutes. Yeah. Midfield. By the way, we should say, very sad to hear about Jamie Allen and his family circumstances today. I thought it was a lovely touch about the team coming out wearing his shirts. Thoughts go out to him and his family at this time, because that's really tough. Not sure about his kind of availability in the forward weeks, presuming he's unavailable again. Jig, Andrews in midfield?
Yeah, he needs a good run. He needs a full 90, really. I think you've picked 2 wing backs as your full backs in your back 4 side, to be honest. I'm struggling here.
Who cares about defending? We're not good at it.
Not us. Who else we got? Who else can we pick from? Maybe give young George Shepherd a go, or bring him on at least.
10? What do we know about him?
He's an 8-10, isn't he? Yeah.
Is he? It'd be worth seeing him have a run, because he's been in the squad a few times now.
Yeah, put him in with Eccles. I'd give Eccles another run. I think he did fairly well today and probably wouldn't mind more minutes. And then, John, you want to see Hadji and Sims start, you said earlier, didn't you?
I just want Sims to keep going. Keep playing, keep scoring. Hadji, just leaving by the canal on the way up
there. This could be his big final farewell. If he gets his January move, eh?
Honestly, mate. Move it on. Louis Vuitton, move it on.
Right wing. Who can we have right wing then? If we're looking at Sims up front, would you play Sakamoto again?
He needs to get a groove going again.
I'll predict us to have a new winger starting at Stoke, Esse or Raksaki. Either one of them. Let's see what they've got, because we've got a few days now to get them in. They won't be cup tied or anything. And let's have a couple of new signings.
Left winger, is he, Esse? Or is he a 10? He's an attacking midfielder, isn't he?
Yeah, either side or number 10. Raksaki mainly plays off the right, but I think that deal seems a bit harder to complete from what I was reading earlier. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, either wing. And I think that's where we need the support, isn't it? Because it is down to 2 wingers that we've got at the moment. And yeah, both looking, I don't know. It just feels a bit deflated today, doesn't it, lads? Usually so perfect.
We're still top. Come on.
Yeah, but I can hear the confidence isn't quite the same in your voice, Jake.
Well, do you know what? If you're in the stands today, you can hear the confidence going in the fans. It's getting a bit. I don't like it at the minute, especially on away days when you hear people's voices around, and they're starting to slowly turn. So we need to sort this out and get us back on track.
Yeah. John, any final words?
I'm going to finish on a couple of positives, actually. There's a couple of lads. Jack
Feeling
Howard.
all right, John?
Is he going to mention Hadji Wright?
I'll try and switch it up. Jack Howland and Matty are running from Millwall to the CBS 100 miles, starting on the 17th of January to the 20th. For Alyssa, they're raising money for her therapy and mobility. So we'll put a little link up for that. If anyone wants to sponsor that, you should do. I also like to shout out a good friend of mine, Sean O'Sullivan, Justice for Oso, who's in the Sydney chapter of the Coventry City Sports Club. He just got engaged. So I'd like to say congratulations to him. I'd like to finish on a positive rather than focusing on a difficult patch for us. I think we've covered it fairly well already.
Any football positives? Or...
Football positives. Listen, it's now or never in terms of like moving forward with the club.
That's what you said last week.
But no, but I'm talking now. The window's open now.
Yeah, true.
Back him, Doug. Come on, mate.
Yeah. You sounded a bit like a heart breakfast radio presenter there, John.
Well, it was a talent I had that was never picked up by anyone, sadly.
You could do the halftime at CBS, couldn't you?
Nah,
engagement. Congratulations to John and Mary.
Leave that to the other JD, mate.
The main man. Right. Thank you all for listening or watching on YouTube. You can see our disappointed faces over on there. Please do like and subscribe. John's crying right now, live.
BOOHOO. That's where I'm at.
It's a real frustrating result, isn't it? And a disappointing time. But
bubble positive. Back to work tomorrow.
You what? Say that again.
Back to work tomorrow.
Work tomorrow. I can't wait for the grind. Listen, I can't be losing to them mutants and then going up the M69 and losing to them mutants either. We cannot allow that. Come on.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. We will be back after the Stoke City game. I think we could all do with a nice breather. And I think the players need a nice breather as well. And they'll come back and get us back on track, won't they, boys? There's nothing to worry about at all. We've lost a game of football. Who cares? We'll be back. And we will get promoted this season.